for the lovely Leza Live on the News 103.5 KYCA on this lovely Wednesday morning. So, how are my guys doing?
Are you talking to me or Drew?
I'll start with you, Matt.
I'm here. Present, accounted for, the usual stuff. Living the dream. What happened?
I just noticed that you and I are matching. It's too bad our viewing audience can't see you.
Well, I'm sparing them.
Yeah, we could be going steady.
Oh, Ken is going to chase me through the streets again, Carol. You got to watch out for this.
And besides, I'm no cougar. Thank you very much.
You're
Anyway,
no cougar? Well,
no,
I'm not going to
that's older women, which I would be to you, certainly.
Right, but I'm just saying,
Actually,
is Ken older than you or younger than you?
He is 6 months older than I, 5 months older than I.
Okay, so yeah, you're not a cougar. I'm
not
sorry.
a cougar. No.
Well, and you know, and technically, we've had this discussion, but you're not a cougar. You'd be a snow leopard.
Oh, I've forgotten what that is, but I think I've forgotten what that is.
Over 55.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There is snow on top of that mountain. It's good, but I'm going to get off this right now.
It's okay. Drew has no snow on his mountain.
He's got a mountain. Good morning, Drew. How are you?
How are you?
Well, actually, I'm here, and I'm happy to be. Thank you very much. On this, my last day before the lovely Leza LaChapelle Dandos gets back.
Can we pay you to stay?
No, I'm pretty sure that you all are ready to see her beautiful face. Am I right, Drew?
We're ready for everything here. So
I guess
I don't know if she's going to make it back with all the snow and all the stuff going on back east.
Is it going to be going on for a while?
They got hammered, and there was over 1,400 flights canceled. So if you can't get the planes there to get you, if you can't get them in New York to get them back to Arizona, you're not going to get it. There's a lot of problems right now traveling.
I tell you what, this has been a long, long snow time.
Well, it got hit with a severe storm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally across more than half the country.
Wow.
And then in the southern half of the East Coast, it's all ice. From Dallas, you got, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, all ice. They're expecting a major problem with the citrus crops.
Oh, how
so
sad.
Orange juice will be going up.
So I better make those little mandarin oranges in my refrigerator last a while, huh?
if that's what you need to do.
So I don't mean to interrupt.
Please.
But the president of the Carol Chamberlain fan club, Jason Thompson Handyman Services, he has confirmed Carol is a snow leopard. So just wanted to let you know.
That's from a credible source, you know.
He's a very credible source.
Actually, I'm just going to move on from that, but hello, Jason. How are you, handyman? Jason is he is a handyman.
Yes.
He's one of your
In a
favorite
lot
people
of ways,
too,
I
right?
hear.
Uh-oh.
Okay, moving on from
Moving
that.
on from the trouble. All
So
right.
I would really like to hear if you had Taco Tuesday last night, Drew.
Yes, we did.
Where'd you go?
We didn't have it with a group. My buddy had some who recently bought a house from Matt.
Oh, right.
Up in Chino Valley. Somebody sent something to him, and it was not to the right house. So he asked me to go up there and retrieve it. So while I did that, we ended up going to Danny B's and getting lobster tacos.
Oh, you talked about those before.
Yeah, but none of the neighbors made it. Everybody was kind of doing their own things. We weren't planning on it. We were up there, and it's like, I'm hungry. I don't feel like, hey, let's go get some tacos. Okay.
That just sounds absolutely marvelous
and
to
it
me
was
right
wonderful. The place was packed. Packed.
I tell you, it's a good spot. A good spot you're talking about there.
And reasonably priced, and food's great.
Well, we did not do anything like that. We had a Costco chicken last night.
I like Costco chicken.
Actually, it was just great. But you just get too many meals out of them. You get sick of it by the time it's done.
How long does a chicken last you folks?
Oh, maybe 6 meals.
Yeah, I'd say that's my standard chicken and salad.
Really?
And I go get my chicken and I get the salad and yeah.
Well, there
So
you
you're
have it.
turning into me, Carol.
What? Oh, turn it into you? Well, that's
yeah,
not a
I'm
bad
sorry.
thing.
It's not a bad thing?
Absolutely
Oh, okay.
not. Look how many more years I'd have to live.
Yeah.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
It is a great thing.
That's a great thing?
Don't you
Oh,
be
okay.
silly here.
Now
All right.
we get about maybe 3 meals out of it, and then the rest I make a chicken salad, and then I like chicken salad.
Pretty good. But I had mine with a very southern thing that actually Ken has grown to like a lot, and that's succotash. You know,
Okay.
lima beans and corn.
Not one of my favorites, but if he likes it, that's great.
Oh my gosh, I just love it. See, but you're Texan. How can you not love that?
Well, I guess when it comes to the beans, I go further south. I'm a red beans and rice guy in Louisiana.
I mean, that's lovely, but
Now, if I'm going to do the bean thing, that's where I end up going.
okay, gotcha. I love beans of any kind. I'm just a real bean chick.
Okay.
Okay, so
High in fiber.
Carol, the bean chick.
yeah, we'll just move on from that right now.
Yeah, that's next.
Okay, so today is National Kazoo Day. I woke up this morning to some notes being sent to me by Leza saying Happy Kazoo Day. So, kazoos.
Hey, at least she's talking to you.
Dash.
Yeah.
That's a positive.
Isn't she talking to you?
Sometimes.
Well, of course, she's happy, happy, happy where she is. So, a kazoo is not the most elegant, as they call it, national instrument. But you know why it was made? It was discovered? It was for people who had absolutely no talent for musical ability, which I think is very nice.
That's a lot of us.
Actually, I would say probably much more than half of us. It's an American-born instrument invented in Macon, Georgia in the 1840s. But that's about all there is to National Kazoo Day. Not particularly exciting, huh?
I don't know. I'm riveted.
I'll rivet you. Okay.
Oh, I just like messing with you, Carol. It's so much fun.
It is also, here's one for you.
Okay.
It is National Rattlesnake Roundup Day.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, hard pass.
Hard pass for me,
Yeah.
too. If there's one thing I'm terrified of, it is snakes. So, why
But they
do
don't taste bad.
I don't think I've ever had rattlesnake. I've never had it.
You're going down to the valley, to go golfing.
Uh-huh.
When you get done, drive down right off the 10 there is the Rustler's Roost and go in and have it. Have you had gator bites?
I think I have had gator bites in Florida.
Yeah, well, it's
It's
the
just tough
texture. It doesn't
chicken.
taste like chicken. It's the texture of chicken, but it has a different flavor.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, rattlesnake's not bad.
Well, I'd rather have a pair of boots
Well, get the boots and have
and,
lunch.
and eat what's inside it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess communities in the Midwest and southern U.S. have been holding rattlesnake roundup since the 1940s. I'm not sure what the purpose of it is. Is it real? Was it originally, do you think, to control the population?
It was because there was so many rattlesnakes, and as they went out into the open lands, there was an issue. So they would round them up, and I would imagine some of them got killed, some got eaten, and some got transplanted.
Well, now they're talking about how while they used to go out and nab and kill as many diamondbacks as they could, it's more about educating kids about the snakes and their role in the ecosystem. I have trouble believing that. I think that people go out like riding their horses and looking for snakes like they're hunting anything else.
Nah.
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 No, they just
You,
walk.
you got to be into hunting it. And, it's not like, and if you make a mistake and you get bit, that's another issue.
Oh,
So,
that is not a good issue. So Ken and his best friend from Phoenix often meet in the middle to have lunch together, maybe once a month.
Cordis Lakes McDonald's.
No. They either go to Augie's or they go to Chalene's. So the last time we were in Chalene's, that big old rattlesnake they used to have kept in that little fish tank I thought was so cruel? It's no longer there. Have you all seen that?
I've seen a picture of it. I have not there's lots of people with snakes and stuff.
Well, I know, but it was apparently it had been there for years and years and years. This pathetic thing wrapped around a branch inside a fish tank. It was sad to see, I thought.
Yeah, that's not nice.
I mean, how do they stretch out? Well, it was gone the last time we were there. Apparently, they were doing some weddings at the place. Now I have a hard time seeing a wedding at Chalene's, but anyway, and they lost business because of the snake, so they got rid of it to increase their business.
I figured they'd just let it go and let the kids play with it during the wedding.
Oh no, but
No?
maybe they served it
That's
as
a good idea, though.
Oh, now maybe they served it as an appetizer.
Oh, if it was Drew, yeah.
Maybe.
So we were talking with John Rust when he came here just a minute ago about snow ice cream. Apparently, there is a huge trend because there's an abundance of it through the most of the country, and recipes for snow ice cream have been trending on Instagram. You know, who of us hasn't had snow ice cream? Have you had snow ice cream?
What is snow ice cream?
Well, you take snow, you scrape. Now, the snow that we would get in Texas was not very deep, so you would end up with a little dirt in it. But anyway, you scrape as much snow as you can into a bowl, and you put some sugar and cream in it and make fluffy ice cream out of snow.
Yeah, no, haven't done that.
Well, you're from southern Arizona. I guess there's not much snow there.
We
When you
had
think about it,
some, but not not anymore.
Yeah.
We used to get snow when I was a kid, but not anymore.
oh, see the
Snowed last weekend, though.
oh,
True.
Yeah.
There you go. It did. Huh? Have you had snow ice cream?
No, but I know what it is.
Hard pass by all, I guess.
I guess I haven't lived.
Okay, well, speaking.
Smeeking?
Speaking.
Smeagol? Smigel?
Speaking of TikTok, you know, there were recipes on TikTok. Apparently, TikTok is messed up. It's kind of broken. I'm not a big TikTok user. Are you?
No. I have too much social media as it is. I don't want more.
So you're more Facebook than TikTok?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
How about you, Drew?
Just Facebook and Instagram.
I'm not even Instagram. Anyway, apparently there was a blackout at one of the data centers, and they say it's been messing with the algorithm. And the timing couldn't have been more suspicious since it happened right after the app was sold to American investors. Do you think they put some sort of bug in it or something?
Probably. Why wouldn't they?
They could. I mean,
I wonder if they can get their money back. The investors can get their money back.
That's a lot of money. People will have big problems with that one.
I would expect that too. Okay, so we're going to take a hard pass for a second. Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick, ex-coach of the New England Patriots, 8-time Super Bowl coach. What about him?
Inflategate, was he part of that?
He was in part of Inflategate. He did the cheating, the video from the center of the stadium.
Oh,
So he could, he's a lying, cheating, no good piece of rubbish.
So tell us how you really feel, Drew.
With a very
Well, when it comes to football, he did so many bad things. Good coach, supposedly, but, it's amazing after Tom Brady left, he couldn't win. He hardly could win, huh?
Oh, well,
So much for that, huh?
So I guess all his shenanigans that you're talking about is what kept him out of the Hall of Fame.
As a first year.
As a first year.
year that he was available. Yeah. I would agree with that.
Well, there was a pass for him, I guess.
The thing is that when you have a team and like that he had, and a quarterback and an organization like the Kraft family that didn't care about, I shouldn't say didn't care about money, but winning a Super Bowl was very important to the Kraft family, more important than money. He didn't need to have somebody cheat.
Oh, I gotcha.
So, it's a shame because that's going to follow that man all over history.
Oh, that's...
Well, you won 8 Super
yeah.
Bowls, but, you cheated 3 times.
So maybe he should come to the Cardinals.
Oh, God forbid.
With that, we are going to...
If we win, it'd be nice.
It would be nice to win because I think the stadium's going to be sort of empty in the coming year.
Well, they had 3 coaches interview, and all of them walked away. It's Bidwell.
That's
It's
not
the
a good sign.
Bidwells.
So are we going to have a coach?
Oh, I'm sure they'll get one. Don't expect a lot, but.
Well, I have to expect a lot because I need a team to cheer for, and the Cowboys. I'm just not so much into them anymore.
Thank goodness.
I've left Texas, but in the meantime, we're going to take a break right
All
now and come back and talk about Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Be right back. Welcome back. It's Carol Chamberlain on Leza Live on the News 103.5 KYCA. So lucky to have with us Brian Doherty from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, the Dean of Enrollment Management.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
It is. Thank you.
Well,
Thanks for
good.
having me.
Well, I was telling you when I first started talking to you about coming on, which actually was last year. Congratulations on the new car.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. The last time I was supposed to come on with Dean Steffen, Dean Larry
Exactly.
Steffen, and I was driving for about 5 years. My daily driver was an 88 Bronco 2, and that was the last day it drove, was the day I was supposed to be here. I got stranded. So.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
You and your new automobile.
It is a Ford. I mean, what do you expect?
But it's a Bronco.
It's still a Ford.
Oh, let's move on.
Chevy guy over here.
Yep.
So one of the things I really want to talk about is I believe that Embry-Riddle is the jewel of Prescott. It is something that's few people know how great it is. So I would like for us to end our hour with people knowing a lot about it. Yesterday, as we had on retired coach Kim Haddow.
Oh, yes.
Talking about the fabulous men and women's golf teams that she and her husband put together.
Oh, she's just a gift to the university and the community. Yes.
Actually, she's a real gift to the community. I
Mhm.
couldn't agree with you more. But as she was leaving, John Rust, our sports guru here at KYCA, was saying how glad he was that she had been on, because a lot of people, as he travels around our region, don't know that Embry-Riddle even has sports.
It's true, and we didn't for years. We just had women's volleyball and men's wrestling, but we've added a dozen sports, I would say, over the last decade. So,
Wow.
yeah, and they're open to the public. If people want to come out and see college level basketball, college level soccer, college level baseball,
Wow.
it's all open and free to the public.
That is really cool. So I want to start talking about you a little. You've been with Embry-Riddle for a while, but more than that, you've been in Prescott for a long time.
I have. I've been here 47 years, so I'm constantly reminded by my son and wife, who are both Arizona natives, that I'm not a native. I came here about 9 months old, but I've been here ever since.
Well, you didn't walk here. So,
That's true.
So you went through Prescott's educational system.
I did, and then even in college, I went to Yavapai College, and then the NAU extension here in Prescott. So I stayed here locally, and when I graduated, I was looking around, wanted to work at what I thought was maybe one of the best places in town, and Embry-Riddle was that place, and I've been blessed ever since.
Wow, that is really a neat thing. So I want to talk a little bit about Embry-Riddle and what it's thought of around the country. I understand that it's called the Harvard of the Sky.
And Time Magazine gave us that moniker.
It's the world's largest, oldest, and most comprehensive aviation and aerospace university, considered a leading institution for pilot training, engineering, and related fields, producing numerous industry leaders and military brass. I mean, that's a mouthful, but look what it says.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that that intro there. Embry-Riddle is we're kind of a niche institution. We don't have 50 or even 30 degrees. All of our degrees are really focused on the aviation, aerospace, and defense industries, and as well as the intelligence industry. So we've had the top ranked by U.S. News and World Report aerospace engineering program about 8 of the last 10 years. So we have bumper stickers that say it really is rocket science.
Yes.
We produce more pilots and Air Force pilots than anyone, more Air Force pilots and officers than anyone except for the Air Force Academy, of course. And we have 10 alumni astronauts. The flight director at Mission Control was a graduate of the Prescott campus here, Mr. Norm
Wow.
Knight, and soon to be the flight director at SpaceX, Arthur Berryholt, also graduated from the Prescott campus. And the current head of NASA, Jarek Isaacman, is also an alumni.
Wow. So, and we're going to get back to talking about this later on, but at all the important people that you talked about as graduates from Embry-Riddle have gone someplace else.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I know our city is so interested in doing is creating jobs for these young people who graduate so they can stay here with their
Absolutely.
gift.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get into that in a little bit. So you mentioned that it graduated more pilots for the U.S. Air Force. But, it's the #1 pilot school in the world.
It is.
And
yes.
the U.S. Air Force Academy is #3. What the heck?
Well, we actually do the initial pilot training for the U.S. Air Force Academy, so they send many of their second-year students to do the initial pilot training at Embry-Riddle over the summer, and we get them through their private, and then we send them back to the Air Force Academy. So we have a great relationship with them. That's an excellent institution too.
Okay, so how do students find you? We hear a lot about MIT and Stanford, all the Harvard, all those. How do people know about Embry-Riddle from outside our area?
Well, technically, that's my job.
Oh,
is to-
good.
yeah.
Well, then you know a lot about it.
Well, but what you mentioned, there's a lot of work to do there. And if you go to an airport or you go down to Honeywell or to a Boeing plant, it's going to be rolling off everyone's tongues. We're going to have hundreds of alumni around. But I mean, there's a story that our previous chancellor used to tell where he drove to Lake Havasu in a Embry-Riddle vehicle with our logo on the side, and someone stopped him and go, "Wow, you're really a long way from home, all the way from Florida. Did you drive here?" So we still have work to do in raising awareness of who we are outside of the aviation aerospace industry. And if you're not familiar with that industry, because we don't have a lot of degrees outside of that area of expertise, I'm not sure how you would find out about us, or even if it's necessary to.
Well, that's true, because we'll talk about your student enrollment. Was that Chancellor Frank Ayers?
Frank Ayers, yes.
What a fella he was. I miss him a lot.
He was a huge mentor of mine, a great, I think really a pillar of the community as well.
I agree.
And he gave me my job, so I've got nothing but good things to say.
He's a
about him.
good man. Okay, we're going to have to take a break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back again. It's Carol Chamberlain in for Leza Live on the News 103.5 KYCA, talking with Brian Doherty, the Dean of Enrollment Management. So let's talk about what your enrollment is. It's really grown over the last number of years, hadn't it?
It has, yeah. It was static at about 1,600 students for about 25 years, and now we've doubled that in about the last decade. So we're 3,300 students strong right now.
What do you think caused that?
It's a combination of an investment that the university has made in the campus, and in fact, even currently, there's over $200 million worth of improvements at the airport and on the campus going on. And the general contractors are out of the valley, but the subcontractors and a lot of the supplies and materials are all local. So about 50% of that is going back into the local community.
Actually, that is so wonderful to hear. Thank you for that. So we were talking a little bit before about the kinds of degrees, and you were saying that most of them are aerospace related. But I was crawling around your website last night and found some things that really surprised me, like degrees in forensic accounting, biology, and psychology. How is that related to aerospace?
That's a great question, and really, I think Embry-Riddle is a three-legged stool in our course offerings. One is anything and everything to do with aviation. The other is anything and everything to do with space, and the third is anything and everything to do with kind of security and intelligence. In fact, we have the first college of business security and intelligence in the country, first and only as far as I know. And so the forensic biology, that's a lot of DNA sampling and cold case reviews. And so a lot of those students will go into local and county police forces or state police forces, the FBI, forensic psychology, think Hannibal Lecter, but on the other side, you're interviewing
yeah.
Hannibal Lecter, not actually Hannibal Lecter. And
Thank goodness.
and forensic accounting looks for fraud and tax evasion and things like that. So lots of those people go to the FBI, the CIA, and other government agencies, state, local, and federal.
So I'm taking myself down a different path here, and then I'm going to come back to this. But you talk about students, the number of students you have. How expensive? I think of Embry-Riddle as being hugely expensive, but that's not the case according to your website. You fall sort of in the middle. What is tuition there?
We're right in about the 50th percentile for private institutions, and private institutions in general are much more expensive than public institutions, which are more expensive than community colleges, and that's
Right.
It's a intentionally tiered system, I think. And however, the value of going to a private institution like Embry-Riddle is world-class instructors. We don't have any teaching assistants or graduate assistants teaching classes. They're all professors with a lifetime of professional experience as well as their terminal degrees. We have state-of-the-art technology and equipment which needs to be updated on a regular basis. And we have an incredibly strong job placement. So that's the tuition itself, and this is obviously without any institutional aid or federal aid. It's about $40,000 a year for tuition and fees, but the average price paid is much less than that.
Well, actually, when you think about that, I was looking up just state universities to see a comparison. For out of state, for U of A and ASU, it's up there.
It's comparable, absolutely.
It is
Yeah.
comparable.
Mm.
Okay. So, but when you talk about that, I know that there are a lot of scholarships available because when I was with the Arizona Community Foundation of Yavapai County, I worked with we're the largest private provider of scholarships in the state. And there were a lot of people who really wanted to see where their money was going. And one of our donors just loved being able to give scholarships to your Embry-Riddle students because they were so grateful. And she knew that they were going to put their education to good use.
Well, and we have, as long as I've been there, we've had at least 95% job placement within the student's discipline. So that means that not that there's anything wrong with it, but they don't graduate and go on and manage a Costco or something. They go on doing whatever they were passionate about and learned about for 4 years. And scholarships, particularly for local students. So for any program except for our two largest programs, which is aerospace engineering and aeronautical science, any student in Arizona with a 3.5 GPA or higher gets a $27,000 scholarship minimum. And if you're local here in
Wow.
Prescott, you can live at home, so there's no room and board. And so really you can cover the entire cost of attendance really with just federal aid and loans and maybe just a little extra, what it would cost to go to Yavapai College or something.
Wow. I mean, that is a very important tidbit of information because so if you live locally, have a 3.5 grade point average, you can get into Embry-Riddle.
Absolutely. And we just started this year, and we're one of between 8 and 10 schools, as there's a couple that are pending in the nation that are the new CTI program from the federal government and the FAA, because as
Wait a minute. CTI.
CTI, it's this certified training initiative. It is as many of your listeners may know, there's an extreme shortage of air traffic controllers in the nation.
Absolutely.
And it's led to many flight delays, flight cancellations. Unfortunately, potentially a couple accidents recently that have made the news. And normally, you have to go to Oklahoma City and be there for about 2 years, and they have about almost a 5 to 10% pass rate over the last decade of people going into, and then once you graduate the academy in Oklahoma City, you can go into a tower. But these 8 to 10 schools, of which our sister campus in Florida is one, and we are one here, 2 years associate's degree, and then you can go straight into a tower and start making six figures. So it's an incredible opportunity for any youth, but especially for local youth to have a pathway to success like that. That's going to contribute to the nation's economy and safety.
No question about it. We'll talk about that just a little bit more because I want to make sure our listeners heard it right after this. Welcome back. It's Carol Chamberlain in for Leza Live on the News 103.5 KYCA, talking with Brian Doherty of Embry-Riddle. So I just have to tell you something really exciting that Ken and I did. So we went to an auction, and on those silent auction tables, you have to buy something. You just feel like you have to at a nonprofit event. And there was an hour's flight simulation at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. And so Ken and I bought it, and then we tried to figure out who would enjoy it the most because we've done that. And so I called to see what the age limit was, and it's 12 years old. You look surprised by that.
I am. Yeah.
So he happens to be 12, and he's somebody who only cares about the sky, anything in the sky, astronomy, all that stuff. And so when Ken and I had taken a tour at Embry-Riddle a couple of years ago, one of the things that just absolutely amazed us was somebody said, shh, not too loud. They're talking to the space station in that lab. And so I thought that this would be the most fabulous gift, an hour in a flight simulator, a tour of Embry-Riddle and all the things it has to offer, and lunch in the cafeteria. So that was his Christmas present.
That's an excellent present. Yeah.
It is an excellent present. So how many people get to use that flight simulator?
Well, yeah, our students use it every day. We have a flight simulator we have a 2-story building that we just enhanced at our primary flight line, and that has it's actually being delivered. It's a full motion kind of Canadair regional jet, a CRJ is what they'll call it. That's a full motion jet, which is the same kind that they use in the airlines for training. But we just opened a brand new safe complex on the north side of the airport, and just opened it this month, in fact, and it has full motion simulators of our training aircraft, which are Diamond DA-42 twin engines and Cessna 172 single engines. So that's those I imagine is what your grandnephew is going to be flying, and I'll tell you, it's a state-of-the-art facility. It's brand new. It looks out over the runway and the tarmac. And when you're in those simulators, we came in and I was talking with our chancellor when it just opened, and there were students in there, and a student came and did a hard landing kind of out in the fields of Prescott Valley, and the ground was shaking, while we were standing there. It's that realistic. So,
My goodness.
it's going to be exciting for him.
Oh, that is really cool. But I understand that, like maybe a couple of years ago, the students designed a camera mount for the International Space Station.
They did. We're currently working on our third CubeSat, which is a very small satellite with a payload, and they're about the size of a what is that? Maybe
A little box.
a little box, yeah, a little box, a little music box or something, and they the payload that we put on the last one was did have camera abilities. The idea was to try to take a selfie with the Earth behind it, and of the CubeSat. But each new class of students, they take about 3 or 4 years to go up. But we work with NASA to get a satellite into space about every 3 to 4 years.
Oh my! I think that's just overwhelming when you think about what's going on North Willow Creek Road at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. It's just really amazing. The numbers of labs that you all have. I mean, I couldn't believe all the distinct labs that you have. Tell us a little bit about some of the more exciting ones that you can think of.
Sure, we have a robotics lab. Our students helped design one of the. It ended up being a Mars rover. It won a contest with NASA years ago, and then ended up being kind of the prototype for what actually went out there. So we have an incredible robotics lab. We have a space systems lab that has a vacuum chamber that simulates the vacuum environment of space. A huge shaker machine that simulates rocket launches, space shuttle launches, things like that. And we have a huge machine shop, and this is, for our engineers, it's the reason why the employment's so high is that they don't just learn about things in books and lectures and things like that. There's actually a several hundreds, it's probably about 2,500 square foot machine shop that has lathes and materials and wet saws and everything, and they're actually building obviously in a little smaller scale than Boeing
yeah.
or NASA would, but using the same types of materials and building the same types of structures so that they have hands-on practical experience when they get out in the world.
So it's really no wonder that when your students are ready to graduate, they graduate into six-figure jobs.
Absolutely.
And they're ready to go. They're ready to hit the ground working.
They are. And now I one caveat, a pilot, their first job probably won't be six figures, but within a decade and for the rest of their lives, it'll be well above that. Yeah.
Well, I was really surprised as I was doing some research about probably this. Airline pilots at the higher level can exceed like $500,000 a year.
It's a great gig, and you're only working a few days a month usually in those cases, doing overseas routes. So obviously, you have to work your way up to that.
Of course.
It's a whole seniority system, but yeah, you get your foot in the door, and it pays well at the beginning, and it keeps paying better as you go on. And most importantly, you're doing something you love to do and are passionate about, and getting well compensated for it.
Exactly. I just wish that airline travel was like it used to be instead of people wearing their pajamas on.
Oh, I know. It used to be something to.
Get
It used to be a
dressed up
to-do,
for.
wasn't it?
Yes,
Mhm.
it was so much fun to do. Okay. I think we're probably going to take a break now and come back and wrap up with you in just a bit. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to our final segment. It's Carol Chamberlain in for Leza Live on the News 103.5 KYCA, talking with Brian Doherty, all things ERAU. I'm going to just start saying that. So, one of the real highlights of your campus is the Jim and Linda Lee Planetarium.
Yes, ma'am.
It's beautiful to look out from the outside. It's an incredible structure. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, the Jim and Linda Lee Planetarium is available. It's open to the public. We have regular shows and those tickets are available online, very inexpensive. And there's three types of shows that we have there. We have some that are kind of nationally syndicated IMAX, put out by NASA or National Geographic or something like that, and they're really amazing to see in that type of environment. Those of you who haven't been in a planetarium, it's an immersive experience.
It is that,
and it's comfortable, but it's impactful. And then we also have some very specialized to aviation, aerospace, deep space, things like that. And some of those are National Science Foundation, et cetera. But we also have, and I know that you've had Eric on here, our planetarium director. He actually hosts a lot of those, some shows as well. And some of our most popular are, we'll do it quarterly, what the Prescott sky looks like outside.
Oh, yeah.
And then he can talk you through it, and the Prescott night sky is up there. And it's narrated by an expert and a talented expert at that. So, yeah, we would encourage everyone. If it's the only planetarium in northern Arizona, and if you have an opportunity to come see the campus, that's a great foray into it.
It is. And I've just got to say once again, this is here in our Prescott, Arizona. And I understand also that there is a mobile dome that the planetarium can take out to schools for those kids who wouldn't get an opportunity to come in.
Absolutely, and we've they sit in there crisscross applesauce, and it's so we'd have to really get down there too as adults, but it is a mobile planetarium. It's exactly what it sounds like, and yeah, we've taken that all around the state onto the the Navajo reservation, and even into the southern Nevada, and it's been a big hit.
Okay, so I tell you, I just get excited when I think about it. But I want to go back to one last thing that we've covered already, but opportunities for our local students to come in, get an associate's degree, which 2 years, is that right?
2 years, correct.
And
Maybe less if they took dual enrollment in high school or AP classes. Yeah.
oh my gosh, that's a possibility too.
Yes, absolutely.
And what do they learn in this associate's degree program?
So this is there is and it really started back in the 80s with the general strike and Ronald Reagan um, uh, el- eliminating all of those positions and rehiring, and it's kind of coming to a demographic head now.
Yeah.
And there's been a huge shortage of air traffic controllers across the nation for years. And so that this initiative, which is a national initiative by the administration and the FAA, and it's been multiple administrations. I mean, this has been a problem for years, and it's just getting worse. But yeah, 2 years you come in. You know what I've been told by air traffic controllers is if you have a short attention span and like video games, you're going to be a great air traffic controller, and that describes a lot of the young people I know, I guess.
Isn't that the truth? Oh my goodness.
And so we have a virtual airspace where the people who are training to be dispatchers and people who are training to be air traffic controllers and pilots are all in a virtual airspace at the same time. And then we simulate towers across the country. It's basically the same training, and this is why students are able to go directly into towers after they graduate. It's the same training you would get in Oklahoma City at the FAA Academy. And so, yeah, 2 years or slightly less, and out you go, making six figures, and at kind of at the tip of the spear of solving this problem, you'd probably have your choice of locations.
Okay, so I'm just going to hit this one more time. So, a student in Prescott or in our area
Mhm.
who has a 3.5 grade point average can get into Embry-Riddle.
And get a $27,000 scholarship to any program except for our flight training and our aerospace engineering program. And again, living locally, there's no additional room. Now, as some students want to live on campus and get that
Oh,
full
sure,
experience, but
sure.
they can certainly live at home and have no additional charges beyond the tuition that's heavily discounted with that scholarship.
But a student can start their classes in high school,
Yes.
some of those AP classes
Mhm.
that transfer to Embry-Riddle's associate degree program in
In air traffic control,
air
traffic
traffic
management. Yeah.
management.
Mhm.
Stay there for maybe another year and a half and then go get a six-figure job.
It's an incredible opportunity for the local youth. I mean, it's an incredible opportunity for anyone, but especially for the local youth. Yes.
I tell you, this has been absolutely great. But we just covered sort of the tip of the iceberg because there is a lot that you do, including people Embry-Riddle hosting meetings or having meeting spaces for local organizations.
Yeah, we've had political debates. The Republican Women of Prescott have held a lot of their events on our campus. We have multiple facilities that are available for a very nominal fee and a lot of support. We have a chapel where folks can get married.
Oh.
So, yeah, if anyone's interested in that, please call up the university, come by and visit. In fact, I would encourage anyone in town, if they want to come by and take a tour, that's something we can facilitate. Come right into the visitor center and we'll take care of you.
I tell you, that is a wonderful thing, and people will get to see all the things that we've been talking about and get that same feeling of pride that I have when I think about or talk about Embry-Riddle. So thank you so much for being with us, Brian Doherty, and I'm hoping you'll come back to see us at some point in time. And you gave our listening audience some great tips. Thank you very much.
No, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.